In the depths of an ancient forest, where the whispers of eternity weave into the very fabric of life itself, a lone figure stood bathed in the ethereal glow of the setting sun. The air shimmered with an otherworldly serenity, as if the whole universe were holding its breath. Her name was Seraphina, an enigmatic woman draped in a flowing robe that seemed to shimmer like the night sky, each thread whispering secrets of stars long forgotten. Her hair flowed like rivers of midnight, cascading down her back to where the earth embraced the sky. This was no ordinary solitude. This was an ordained silence, a sacred retreat into the soul's innermost sanctum, a place where even the gods dared not tread. Seraphina was the chosen one, a beacon of destiny, destined to guide the fates of many through the labyrinthine corridors of time and space. Yet here in this secluded glade, she was forced into solitude by a cosmic decree that transcended human understanding. Here, where the ancient oaks towered like the pillars of the universe, and the air hummed with the silent symphony of the cosmos, the universe was peeling away the layers of her existence to reveal the core of her being. Her eyes, pools of deep, unfathomed wisdom, gazed upward at the celestial tapestry that blanketed the heavens. Each star seemed to pulse with an ancient energy, a hidden language known only to the most enlightened of souls. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, was forcing Seraphina into solitude, a crucible of spiritual transformation, where shadows would be burned away and only light would remain. The stars, as if in silent concert, began to align in constellations that told the stories of ages past, the cosmic ballet that had birthed her destiny, a destiny now interwoven with the very fabric of the cosmos. Beneath the sprawling branches of the ancient oaks, Seraphina knelt her fingers, tracing the gnarled roots that seemed to pulse with an inner life. These roots, she realized, were not merely the foundation of the tree, but an extension of the earth's own heartbeat, linking her to the very core of her existence. Here, in this quiet communion with the ancients, she felt the whispers of the past, the echoes of those who had walked this path before her, and the silent guidance of those who would come after. A gentle breeze rustled through the leaves, carrying with it the faint scent of honeysuckle and the distant memory of rain. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had chosen this moment, this place to awaken within her a deeper understanding of her role. Each breath she took was a step deeper into the well of her soul, a step toward the enlightenment that was both her prison and her freedom. As twilight deepened, Seraphina felt the universe drawing her inward like a tide pulling at the shore. She closed her eyes, and in that sacred silence, she surrendered to the cosmic currents that had always guided her. The forest around her transformed, the shadows deepening the light, softening as if the very world was holding its breath in anticipation. She felt the whispers of the universe echoing within her, a call that was at once a command and a blessing. In this moment of profound solitude, Seraphina was not alone. She was surrounded by the spirits of the ancients, their voices weaving through the leaves, their presence a comforting embrace. Each breath she took was a communion with the cosmos, a connection that transcended time and space. She felt the weight of her destiny, not as a burden, but as a gift that came with the wisdom of the ages and the promise of an awakening that would change the universe itself. The stars above began to twinkle with a new brilliance, as if in response to her inner transformation. The universe, in its infinite compassion, was guiding her toward a final awakening, a moment where the boundaries of solitude and enlightenment would dissolve into one. Seraphina, the chosen one, was now standing on the precipice of a cosmic revelation, a revelation that would change the fate of all worlds. In the stillness of the ancient forest, amid the whispers of eternity, Seraphina felt the stirrings of something profound awakening within her. The universe, in its timeless wisdom, was forcing her into solitude, not as a punishment, but as a sacred rite of passage that would illuminate her path and awaken the divine within. She knew that when she emerged from this solitude, she would be transformed, her spirit now intertwined with the very essence of the cosmos, ready to guide, to heal, and to illuminate the path for all who would follow. As the dawn's golden fingers began to stretch their ethereal light across the horizon, the chosen one, Elara stood upon the ancient cliff where the world seemed to breathe a sigh of timelessness. The winds whispered secrets of forgotten worlds, carrying with them the heavy weight of destiny's invisible chains. In the silence that followed the passing night, her heart beat a solitary rhythm, echoing the sacred rhythm of creation. Every cell in her being resonated with an awakening that transcended mortal comprehension. It was as if the universe itself was inching closer, wrapping its infinite embrace around her fragile humanity. The air shimmered with an unseen energy, and Elara felt the pulsating waves of cosmic resonance wash over her, awakening the dormant sentinels of her spirit. Her eyes, now pools of infinite depth, reflected the universe's ancient sorrow and boundless hope. In this moment, she was both a vessel and a symphony, each note a testament to the divine fabric that wove through the cosmos. Her chosen mission transcended her physical form. It was an ethereal pilgrimage to the sacred heart of existence, where every decision, every breath, every heartbeat was a thread in the divine tapestry. Solitude became her sanctuary, a place where she could commune with the eternal truths that lay beyond the veil of perception. In the quietude of her soul, she heard the sacred whispers of the ancestors guiding her through the labyrinthine corridors of cosmic understanding. The path ahead was fraught with trials that tested the very essence of her being. She stood alone, yet profoundly connected, for each step she took resonated through the cosmos. A celestial dance choreographed by the ancient deities of fate and time. With every inhalation, she drew in the sacred essence of creation, feeling the pulsating power that coursed through the universe's veins. She was destined to be the harbinger of a new dawn, a guardian of the celestial balance, and the universe itself was urging her into a solitary journey of profound introspection and enlightenment. In the deep solitude of her heart, Elara embraced the pain of isolation as her personal cross, a testament to the sacrifices required for the highest truths. Her soul, exposed and vulnerable, was like a blank canvas awaiting the celestial artist's brush. She was to become the conduit for an ancient prophecy, the one where the cosmos would find its unity through her solitary path. The weight of her mission bore down upon her, making her heart heavy with both sorrow and purpose. It was in this sacred solitude that she became acutely aware of the universe's intricate weave, where every life force, every star, every whisper of wind contributed to the grand design. Elara knelt, placing her palms upon the ancient stone, feeling the primordial vibrations of Earth's heart. In this communion with the Earth Mother, she felt the stirrings of ancient powers, ancient secrets that had lain dormant for eons and were now awakening in response to her destiny. The whispers grew louder, guiding her toward the heart of her mission, to awaken the sleeping consciousness of the realms, to remind the world of its soul's true nature. Each step she took was imbued with a sacred purpose, a mission that required the purity of solitude to fully unfold. It was a mission that called for a profound sacrifice of self, that demanded she transcend her earthly bonds, her mortal constraints, to become one with the cosmic flow. In this solitary journey, Elara became a living embodiment of the eternal balance. Her heart, once burdened by the weight of mortal concerns, now beat in harmony with the divine rhythm. The universe's force flowed through her, an endless river of wisdom and power. She could feel the pulse of creation in every fiber of her being, an electric charge that coursed through her veins, awakening her to the profound truth that she was a part of the cosmic continuum. As she ascended higher onto the cliff, the wind grew fiercer, carrying with it the echoes of ancient hymns, the sacred songs of the celestial choir. It was a symphony of the universe, a divine chorus that sang of unity of hope and of the eternal dance of creation. In this sacred solitude, Elara felt her spirit expand, transcending the boundaries of time and space, becoming one with the infinite. With every breath, she felt the universe's embrace grow stronger, its sacred promise echoing within her. In solitude you shall find the truth. In solitude your soul shall awaken. And thus the chosen one ventured forth, her heart ablaze with the fire of divine purpose, her spirit soaring through the cosmos, forever bound to the sacred mission that called her into this profound and eternal solitude. The cosmos had woven a tapestry of celestial threads around her, pulling her toward a destiny that was both luminous and enigmatic. A destiny that had whispered its secrets through the winds that howled across the mountains and the rustling leaves beneath an ancient canopy. The chosen one, her spirit bound in the delicate threads of fate, could feel the pulsation of the universe's heartbeat resonating within her very soul. Every step she took, every inhalation of breath, was a step closer to the revelation that was inscrutably etched into the fabric of existence. As the morning sun pierced the veil of night, she stood at the precipice of an abyss, the world below her, an endless sea of shadows and whispers. She closed her eyes and envisioned the path laid out before her, a labyrinth of celestial lights guiding her with an unyielding precision. It was a journey that required the utmost solitude, a profound isolation that stripped away the vestiges of mundane distractions, leaving only the raw, unadulterated essence of divinity. From the very dawn of her consciousness, she had felt the weight of the cosmos resting upon her shoulders. The chosen child marked by the celestial seal at birth had been destined to wield the ancient power of the universal force, the power that bound and transcended the very fabric of reality itself. This power was not merely a gift, but a profound burden, a calling that reverberated through the ether, echoing through the corridors of time and space. As she stood at the edge of this abyss, a silent prayer escaped her lips, a plea to the divine source that birthed her very being. Guide me, illuminate me, for I am but a vessel, an instrument in the grand symphony of existence. The universe responded with a gentle hum, a resonance that seemed to vibrate through the very marrow of her bones. The chosen one descended into the abyss, each step echoing the ancient mantra that had been passed down through generations. I am one with the cosmos, the eternal flame that traverses the tapestry of time. Her footsteps resonated with the heartbeat of the universe, each step resonating with the eternal truth that she was not alone, but part of something grander than herself. In the depths of this abyss, she encountered manifestations of her innermost thoughts and fears, spectral shadows that mirrored her insecurities. They whispered insidiously, attempting to dissuade her from her path, their voices a cacophony of doubt and fear. But she pressed on her resolve, unyielding her spirit, fortified by the divine light that glowed within her heart. For she understood that the journey of the soul was not one of mere physical traversal, but an inward odyssey, a pilgrimage to the innermost sanctum of her being. As she journeyed deeper, she encountered ancient guardians of the abyss, ethereal beings who stood as sentinels to the secrets of the universe. They were beings of light and shadow, their presence both a blessing and a trial. To pass, she had to demonstrate her intrinsic purity of spirit, her unwavering dedication to the divine mission that was hers to fulfill. Each guardian tested her in different ways, probing her innermost fears and desires, demanding that she confront the shadows within her soul. With each trial, her spirit grew stronger, her resolve more resolute. She had come to understand that true enlightenment was not the absence of shadow, but the mastery over it, the ability to wield the darkness as a tool for the greater good. The guardians witnessing her transformation finally allowed her passage, their ethereal forms dissolving into the cosmic light. The final trial awaited her at the heart of the abyss, a chamber where time and space seemed to lose their meaning. Here she faced the ultimate test, the culmination of her journey. Before her stood the Nexus, a radiant orb pulsing with the energy of creation itself. To claim her destiny, she had to channel the light within her to become one with the universal force. With tears streaming down her face, she knelt before the Nexus, pouring every ounce of her being into this moment. The universe itself seemed to hold its breath as she reached out her hand enveloping the orb, A surge of energy coursed through her, engulfing her in a blinding light that transcended the physical realm. The cosmos opened up to her, revealing the vast expanse of creation, the intricate dance of stars and planets, the symphony of existence that was bound by the universal force. She understood now, in the most profound sense, the essence of her mission. To be the chosen one was to be the bridge between the divine and the mortal, the guardian of the cosmic balance, the healer of the world's fractured soul. As she emerged from the chamber, the light within her, now a steady beacon, she felt an overwhelming sense of peace. The universe had guided her to this moment, had forced her into solitude to reveal to her the depths of her spirit, to forge her into the instrument of change she was destined to be. With a heart full of purpose and a mind serene in the knowledge of her mission, she ascended from the abyss, ready to step into her role as the chosen one, the harbinger of divine truth and healing for a world in need of illumination. From the very depths of the cosmos, where the unfathomable secrets of the universe were cradled in eternal silence, there arose a decree that could not be denied. The chosen one, a soul destined to unravel the mysteries of existence and guide the faltering hearts of humanity toward the light, was now compelled to journey into solitude. This path, unfathomable in its majesty and its sorrow, was laid before the chosen one as a celestial compulsion, an invisible thread drawn not by destiny alone, but by the very fabric of the cosmos that yearned for balance and harmony. The chosen one, now standing on the precipice of what was to come, felt the universe's invisible hands guiding them, urging them towards a silence that could almost be heard. It was a silence that whispered not of abandonment, but of profound enlightenment. A silence that promised revelation and understanding, yet demanded a sacrifice that would leave a permanent scar upon the soul. The air around the chosen one crackled with divine energy as celestial lights etched patterns in the sky, each one a silent testament to the path that lay ahead. The atmosphere shivered with the gravity of the moment, a silent scream of the cosmos urging the chosen one to tread forward. The weight of an entire universe seemed to rest upon their shoulders, the weight of countless lives and destinies hinged on the solitary journey they were about to undertake. With each step away from the familiar, the chosen one felt the universe's embrace tighten and then release like the gentle touch of a mother who must let her child spread their wings. The chosen one's heart, a chamber of sacred knowledge and sorrow, beat with a rhythm that echoed the celestial orchestra playing in the cosmos. Every pulse was a reminder of the sacred trust bestowed upon them, the celestial harmony that demanded they remain in tune with the very essence of the universe. The wilderness that stretched before them was not merely a physical space, but a realm of spiritual transformation. Trees stood as ancient sentinels, their leaves glistening with dew that shimmered like divine tears. Rivers flowed with a liquid that seemed almost to sing their waters, whispering ancient secrets of the cosmos. The air itself was imbued with an almost sacred perfume, a blend of flowers that had bloomed under the watchful eyes of the stars. As the chosen one wandered deeper into this sacred wilderness, their senses attuned to the subtle symphony of the universe, they felt the presence of their ancestors and the spirits of the cosmos. They could sense the silent prayers and hopes of souls long gone seeking the knowledge that the chosen one would bring forth. Each stone they stepped upon held the imprints of ages past. Each creature they encountered was a fragment of the universe's grand tapestry. The journey through this wilderness was not merely physical, but a pilgrimage through the realms of thought and spirit. It was a path that led them to the heart of solitude, where they would confront the most profound truths and the deepest sorrows of existence. Here, in the silent void between stars, the chosen one would find the clarity to understand the delicate balance of light and shadow that governed the universe. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the chosen one's spirit grew stronger, fortified by the quiet strength of solitude. Each solitary moment was a lesson, each silent night a revelation. The chosen one learned to commune with the stars, to read the language of the winds, and to listen to the whispers of the ancient trees. In this communion, They found the wisdom to guide others, the strength to heal, and the compassion to understand. The Chosen One's solitude was not a cage, but a sanctuary, a place where the veil between the seen and unseen was thinnest. Here they could perceive the threads of destiny that wove the fabric of existence, the delicate balance that held the universe together. Each thread revealed a story, each story a piece of the cosmic puzzle that the Chosen One was destined to solve. And as the Chosen One's understanding deepened, their purpose sharpened. They were not merely a guide, but a bridge, a conduit through which the wisdom of the universe could flow to the souls in need. The solitude had forged within them a profound empathy, a deep connection to the very essence of being. They had become one with the silence, and in that oneness they found the power to awaken the slumbering spirits of humanity. The Chosen One's spirit, now a beacon of enlightenment, was ready to emerge from the silence, ready to return not just as a messenger of the universe, but as a harbinger of change and compassion. For the universe, in its infinite wisdom, had seen fit to test the Chosen One's spirit in the crucible of solitude to forge them into a being of such profound wisdom and compassion that they could awaken the dormant souls of humanity. The journey was nearing its end, and the Chosen One could feel the cosmic currents drawing them back to the world they had left behind. The path was clear, the mission defined. With renewed purpose and boundless compassion, the Chosen One prepared to return to the light, ready to share the profound truths they had uncovered, and to guide humanity through the labyrinth of existence forever changed by the solitude that had awakened their spirit. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden tapestry across the sky, the Chosen One stood alone on the precipice of destiny, the weight of unspoken truths pressing heavily upon their soul. This was no ordinary solitude. It was a sanctuary for a soul bearing the burdens of a cosmic mandate, a mission that felt as ancient as the stars themselves. The air thickened with an almost palpable aura of divine purpose, its gravity an intricate web of spiritual and temporal threads interwoven into the fabric of existence. The Chosen One, cloaked in an ethereal robe that shimmered with the whispers of the cosmos, looked out over the vast expanse of the wilderness that stretched endlessly before them. The earth was alive, pulsating with the silent hymns of creation, each blade of grass and whispering breeze, a testament to the unseen forces that governed all things. Within the heart of the Chosen One, a fire burned, not merely of physical warmth, but an incandescent spiritual fervor that had been kindled by divine revelation. Why? The word echoed within the chambers of their mind, a question that had haunted every step of their journey. Why must they be chosen? It was not a question born of self-pity, but one drenched in the depths of understanding that the universe had designed a path uniquely suited for their soul's ascension. As night enveloped the world, celestial bodies emerged their light, piercing the darkness like a divine choir. Each star seemed to hum with an ancient song, a melody that resonated with the very essence of the Chosen One. They closed their eyes, allowing the cosmic symphony to wash over them, bringing clarity to their mission. Here, under the celestial canopy, they understood they were the vessel for the universe's revelation, the interpreter of its truths, the one to whom the sacred knowledge was entrusted. The universe had isolated them not out of scorn, but to shield them from the turbulent cacophony of mundane existence. To delve into the profound depths of their mission, the Chosen One had to transcend the clamor of the world to quiet their mind and spirit, so they could hear the whispers of the cosmos. It was through this sacred solitude that they would attain the enlightenment necessary to fulfill their destiny. With every breath, the Chosen One felt the vibrations of the cosmos resonating through their very being. The isolation was not devoid of life. Rather, it was a womb of infinite wisdom, nurturing their spirit and tempering their will. Here they would prepare for the trials and tribulations that lay ahead, a crucible in which their soul would be forged anew, tempered by the fires of divine insight. It was within this sacred aloneness that the Chosen One began to decipher the cryptic messages etched into the fabric of the universe. Through meditation and communion with the divine, they began to unravel the mysteries that had been hidden from the eyes of most. They saw glimpses of ancient prophecies, of cosmic cataclysms averted, and of worlds saved through the chosen act of one soul. The revelations were both a burden and a blessing, for they knew that their path was fraught with challenges that would test the very core of their being. The universe had not chosen them lightly. They had been raised from the shadows of anonymity, catapulted into a role that demanded unwavering faith and a selfless devotion to the greater good. It was a call that transcended the mundane, a summons to rise above the petty concerns of earthly existence and to become a beacon of hope and enlightenment for all. But solitude was also a mirror reflecting the depths of their own spirit. Here, away from the distractions and diversions of the world, they could confront their fears, their doubts, and their vulnerabilities. This was a transformative process, an alchemical journey that would refine their spirit and prepare them for the trials that awaited. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the chosen one found solace and strength in their solitude. They were no longer just a passive recipient of divine revelation, but an active participant in the unfolding cosmic tapestry. Each moment of introspection brought a new layer of understanding, each communion with the divine, a step closer to the heart of their mission. One night, as the moon hung high in the sky, casting its silver glow upon the earth, the chosen one experienced a revelation that would forever change the course of their destiny. In that moment, they understood that their ultimate goal was not merely to fulfill a divine mandate, but to become a bridge between the celestial and the earthly realms. They were to be a herald of the universe's wisdom, a conduit for its grace, and a guide for those who sought enlightenment. This realization brought a profound sense of peace and purpose. The trials and tribulations of their journey now seemed not just bearable, but necessary, for each step was a stride toward their true calling. They were to illuminate the path for others, to show them the way to spiritual awakening and cosmic understanding. With renewed vigor, the chosen one emerged from their solitude, ready to embark on the final leg of their journey. They knew that the path ahead would be fraught with challenges and that the universe had much more in store for them. But they were not alone. They carried within them the wisdom of the cosmos, the strength of the divine, and the unwavering faith that would see them through any trial. And so, with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbroken, the chosen ones stepped forth into the world, ready to fulfill their divine mission, to become the beacon of light that the universe had destined them to be. The ancient oak stood as a witness to the chosen one's odyssey through life. It watched as the ethereal wind wrapped its gnarled arms around the young man, whispering secrets only the ancients could understand. His eyes, pools of profound sorrow and unquenchable hope, gazed up into the canopy where the leaves rustled like an ageless choir, each note a testament to his internal struggle. The chosen one had always been different, possessing an innate connection to the cosmos that resonated like the chimes of distant cathedrals. The trials had been many, each test an intricate mosaic piece that would one day complete the larger picture of his destiny. He had walked across continents, from the sun-scorched dunes, where the sands whispered with the ancient souls of the departed, to the snow-clad peaks that cradled the mysteries of the divine. His mind had been a battlefield where celestial visions clashed with earthly woes, and his heart had been a vessel filled with both the agony of knowing and the tranquility of acceptance. Yet now, more than ever, solitude became not merely an option, but a relentless necessity. The universe had begun to weave a tapestry whose threads could no longer be disentangled from his very essence. The cosmos whispered through the winds, revealing that his path demanded absolute seclusion, a time of profound introspection and unfathomable growth. The irony was not lost on him. The very choice that isolated him was now the key to his ultimate awakening. The chosen one entered a cave deep within the forest, a place hallowed by the ancestors and untouched by modern hands. Here time no longer flowed as a linear sequence, but stood still, suspended in the sacred silence. He sat cross-legged on the cold stone floor, his body a stark contrast to the ethereal warmth radiating from within him. The cave walls glimmered faintly, as if imbued with the very light of the universe. He closed his eyes, surrendering to the overwhelming silence, and began to breathe in harmony with the ancient rhythm of the earth. As the minutes stretched into hours and hours into days, his mind transcended the corporeal realm. He communed with spirits long forgotten and witnessed visions of galaxies in their embryonic stages. He conversed with the ancient oak and heard its timeless wisdom. The universe was not distant, but intimately close, as if he could feel its pulsing heartbeat and the cadence of his breath. It was in this sacred solitude that he began to understand why he had been set upon this path. The purpose of his solitude was not merely an end in itself, but a means to distill the myriad lessons he had gathered. The universe had begun to press upon him the weight of his mission, a sacred trust bestowed upon him at birth. The chosen one was to become a bridge, a conduit between the mundane world and the celestial realms. This mission required a clarity that could only be achieved through complete and utter seclusion, a detachment from the distractions of mortal concerns. In the cave, he saw visions of the world as it had been and as it could become. He perceived the threads of karma that connected every soul and understood that he was to weave these threads into a tapestry of enlightenment. Each moment of solitude was a step towards mastering the delicate balance between the seen and unseen, the known and unknown. The universe had decreed that his awakening must be profound, his understanding expansive. His soul was now a vast ocean that must absorb the limitless cosmos, and his heart a vessel that could carry the weight of the entire world. With each passing day, he grew more attuned to the universe's subtle rhythms. The stars became his familiars, the constellations his guides. He began to sense the vibrations of the cosmos in the smallest of things, an insect's wing beat, the rustling of leaves, the whisper of the wind. The universe was not an abstract entity, but a living, breathing entity, intimately connected to every atom in its domain. And in this realization, he found his true purpose. The cave, once merely a refuge, became a crucible in which the chosen one's spirit was forged anew. Here he learned to listen to the quiet whispers of the universe, to understand the silent cries of the stars, and to comprehend the boundless silence between the heartbeats of creation. It was in this solitude that he became both a solitary and a universal being, a paradox that only the universe could comprehend. As his spiritual awakening deepened, the chosen one felt the universe's embrace grow more intense. His loneliness transformed into a profound companionship with the cosmos, his isolation into a sacred communion. In the cave, he was both alone and utterly connected, a paradox that only the universe could unravel. The realization dawned upon him: his solitude was not a punishment, but a sacred duty, a necessary solitude to awaken fully to his true self and his divine mission. The universe had chosen him not merely to know the mysteries of the cosmos, but to become one with them, to embody the very essence of creation itself. In this profound solitude, the chosen one began to understand the true meaning of his existence, a bridge between worlds, a conduit of light, a vessel of a universal wisdom. And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow on the cave walls, the chosen one emerged from his solitary retreat, his heart alight with the knowledge that he was now ready to fulfill his divine mission. The universe had bestowed upon him a profound solitude, and in return, he would now illuminate the world with the light of his awakened spirit, bridging the chasm between the celestial and the earthly realms, forever walking the path of the chosen one. In the quiet stillness that settled over the ancient village of Elderwind, where the air was heavy with secrets and the winds whispered ancient prayers, the chosen one stood at the precipice of a revelation that would change the fate of worlds. The villagers had long whispered about the signs that marked this day, but few had truly understood their meaning. The air shimmered with the aura of destiny, each breath carrying an echo of the universe's long-held wisdom. The Chosen One, once known by many names and faces, now wore a mantle of profound solitude. This isolation was not born of choice, but of an inexorable cosmic design. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had decreed that the fulfillment of their sacred mission would require the absence of distractions. The paths of life would have to converge for the Chosen One to walk the solitary corridors of truth. Each dawn, as the first light kissed the stone faces of Elderwind's ancient temples, it felt as though the universe itself was sighing with anticipation. The Chosen One stood beneath the great oak that stood sentinel at the village's center, its gnarled branches reaching towards the heavens as if to grasp the divine secrets woven into the fabric of the cosmos. Here, in the sacred silence, a profound revelation began to unfold. The Chosen One closed their eyes, allowing the universe to speak in tones that transcended earthly words. It was in these moments of silence that the echoes of the divine became audible, resonating through the very core of existence. The air was thick with spiritual energy, each particle pulsing with the rhythm of creation. It was as if the universe itself was composing a symphony for the Chosen One, a melody only they could hear and understand. The mission of the Chosen One was monumental, a quest that reached beyond the mere confines of time and space. It was the mission to unify the fragmented threads of existence, to weave together the disparate realms of light and shadow, and to restore harmony where discord reigned. This path was fraught with peril and uncertainty, but the Chosen One knew that in their solitude they had gained a clarity that none could achieve amidst the chaos of communal existence. The universe had forced the Chosen One into solitude to cultivate an unwavering focus, a deep-seated connection with the divine that could only be attained through the crucible of isolation. It was in these sacred moments that the Chosen One felt the presence of the cosmos pulsating within them, aligning their very essence with the sacred dance of creation. In solitude, they had discovered the profound truth that their highest purpose could only be fulfilled by transcending the mundane. Each step the Chosen One took was imbued with the weight of this divine mandate. It was a journey that demanded not only the physical endurance, but a spiritual awakening that could only be achieved through the quiet introspection of solitude. The Chosen One's heart, once burdened by the weight of the world, now beat with a rhythm that harmonized with the celestial symphony. It was a heart that had learned to listen to the whispers of eternity, to the silent calls of the stars, and to the ancient rhythms of the universe. As the Chosen One journeyed deeper into the ancient forests that surrounded Elderwind, the air grew thick with the scent of pine and the whispers of the wind. The trees stood as silent sentinels, their leaves rustling in a language only the Chosen One could understand. Here in the shadow of these ancient giants, the Chosen One found solace and strength. Each tree, each leaf, each breath of wind seemed to carry a fragment of the universe's wisdom, guiding the Chosen One with an unseen hand. In the depths of these sacred woods, the Chosen One encountered the spirits of the ancients' ethereal beings who had long since transcended the physical realm. They spoke in visions and dreams, sharing secrets of the cosmos that had been lost to time. These encounters were not mere figments of the imagination, but profound moments of spiritual communion where the barriers between the seen and unseen worlds dissolved. The Chosen One's solitude had forged a bond with the very essence of the universe. They had learned to walk in harmony with the cosmos, to embrace the silent counsel of the stars, and to find peace in the stillness of existence. The mission was clear, the path illuminated by the inner light that had been kindled within. The Chosen One understood that the ultimate goal was not merely to restore balance, but to awaken the hearts of all beings. It was a mission that required not just strength of will, but an open heart, capable of embracing the light and the shadow within all things. The universe had chosen them not merely for their power, but for their capacity to embody compassion and wisdom to bring forth a new era of unity and understanding. With each step, The chosen one moved closer to the fulfillment of their destiny. The isolation that had seemed like a burden had become a source of profound strength. The solitude had allowed them to cultivate a deep empathy for all creatures, a connection that transcended the boundaries of form and essence. It was in this state of being that the chosen one knew they were ready to embark on the final leg of their journey, to face the ultimate challenge and to bring forth the dawn of a new age. The final awakening was near, and the universe stood poised on the brink of a transformative revelation. The chosen one, now fully attuned to the harmonic resonance of creation, was ready to step forth into the light to unite the fragmented realms and to restore the balance that had been long disrupted. The solitude had been a crucible, forging within them a spirit unyielding and a heart pure, ready to embrace the call of the universe and to fulfill their sacred vocation. In the depths of the cosmos, where the threads of divine will intertwine with earthly breaths, the chosen one found herself standing at the precipice of an unfathomable journey, a journey whose magnitude seemed to tremble upon the very fabric of existence itself. The universe had whispered its secrets through celestial winds, weaving them into the tapestry of her being, compelling her to venture into solitude, a solitude that would both shield and amplify the sacred mission bestowed upon her. The silence of the secluded grove where she was called to stand was an abyss of profound stillness, yet it vibrated with an unseen, all-encompassing power. Each leaf, each blade of grass seemed to hum with a life force that transcended the material, a resonance that could awaken the slumbering spirits of the earth. Here, the chosen one felt the weight of the cosmos pressing in upon her. Every star in the vast night sky overhead seemed to gaze upon her with silent approval and solemn expectation. You are the flame, the beacon in the darkness of ignorance, the light that will guide the lost souls through the labyrinth of despair and folly. The ethereal voice of the universe seemed to whisper its tones, carrying the gravitas of millennia. You have been chosen, nay, you are the vessel through which the eternal truths shall flow. As she gazed upward, the chosen one felt a stirring deep within her, a call that transcended human comprehension, an invitation into the divine mysteries that lie beyond the veil of the mundane. Her mission was not merely to illuminate the path for others, but to become one with the very essence of truth, to merge her soul with the cosmic consciousness that courses through all things. This was no fleeting revelation, no momentary spark of insight, but a profound awakening, a reawakening to the sacred truths that had been buried beneath layers of collective forgetfulness. The weight of her responsibility bore down upon her, yet it also ignited a fire within a fiery resolve that would not be quelled. You must learn to walk in solitude, the voice continued its tones, both a command and an embrace, for it is in the silence of your own heart that the universe reveals its deepest secrets. In solitude, you will find the clarity to understand the language of the cosmos, the wisdom to navigate the intricate web of existence. As days turned to weeks, the chosen one withdrew deeper into the wilderness, where time itself seemed to stretch and bend to accommodate her quest. She wandered through ancient forests, where every tree whispered ancient secrets, rivers that sang melodies of forgotten epics, and mountains that touched the sky with their lofty summits. In each secluded place, she encountered the chosen one, felt the subtle shifts in the energies that surround the physical realm. She began to perceive the invisible threads that weave through both the seen and unseen worlds, threads of light and shadow of creation and destruction, of joy and sorrow. These threads, once imperceptible, now danced before her eyes, vibrant and alive, revealing the interconnectedness of all things. Her solitude became a crucible, a place of purification and transformation. In the quietude, the distractions of the world faded, leaving her with nothing but the silent, relentless witness of her own soul. Here, amidst the solitude, she learned to listen to the softest murmurs of her heart, to the subtlest whispers of her spirit. It was here that the universe began to reveal its secrets, imparting upon her the profound truths that had been hidden from the eyes of the common man. The Chosen One's solitude was not an act of abandonment, but a sacred rite, an initiation into the depths of cosmic wisdom. It was in this profound solitude that she grew attuned to the silent symphony of the universe, where every note embodied an eternal truth, every pause a moment of infinite potential. "You are not alone," the voice reassured her. "For I am within you, and you are within me. The solitude you embrace is but an extension of the universe's embrace, a necessary veil to prepare you for the revelations that await." Slowly, the Chosen One began to perceive the duality of existence, how light and shadow, joy and sorrow, creation and destruction coexist in an eternal dance. She came to understand that every experience, every event, every moment held within it a lesson, a piece of the cosmic puzzle. As the seasons changed, the Chosen One's spirit matured, her inner vision sharpened. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, continued to mold and shape her, to refine the diamond of her soul amidst the anvil of solitude. Her solitude became a gateway to the divine, a place where the essence of the cosmos could penetrate the fabric of her being, where she could be both the seeker and the sought, the questioner and the answer. Each step she took in her solitude was a step towards the ultimate revelation, towards the understanding that she was but a single thread in the grand tapestry of the universe. Yet her mission was to weave her unique light into the fabric of existence, to spread the knowledge that the universe had entrusted to her. The Chosen One knew that her journey was far from over, that the true awakening had only just begun. But she also knew that she was now forever changed, forever marked by the profound truth she had uncovered in the silence of her solitude. "You are ready," the voice declared, its tones resonating with an ageless authority. "You are ready to step into your true role, to take your place as the bridge between the mortal and the divine, as the beacon of truth in a world shrouded in shadows." And so, the Chosen One prepared for the next phase of her journey, armed with the wisdom gained in solitude, ready to embark upon the path that would lead her to fulfill her sacred mission. The universe, in its infinite mercy, had given her the gift of solitude, a gift that would shape her destiny and illuminate the path for all who would follow. As the golden sun dipped below the horizon, casting its final somber light upon the ancient hallowed grounds of the Temple of Etheria, a profound and unspoken silence enveloped the Chosen One, a silence that spoke volumes of the trials that had befallen him. Each step he took across the sacred stones resonated with the weight of centuries-old wisdom, and each whisper of the ancient wind seemed to carry the echoes of forgotten prayers and invocations. The air itself shimmered with an ethereal glow, a testament to the unseen energies that danced around him, urging yet restraining him in turn. The Chosen One, known to the world as Elysian, a name that carried the gravitas of destiny, had spent months in relentless communion with the celestial forces that bound the cosmos. In solitude, away from the prying eyes and intrusive hands of the world, he had uncovered the secrets that had been hidden in the depths of the astral realms. It was in these sacred hours of introspection that the truth had revealed itself, a truth that spoke of an ancient prophecy of a cataclysmic convergence of stars and of his inevitable role in orchestrating the final awakening of the universe. Elysian's heart pounded with both the exhilaration and the dread of his revelations. In the dim light of the temple's inner sanctum, he gazed upon the celestial map, an ancient, intricately woven tapestry that depicted the heavens in their infinite complexity. Its threads shimmered with a golden light, each star a beacon of cosmic knowledge. The Chosen One knew that this map was not mere decoration. It was the blueprint of the universe's ultimate transformation, a transformation that demanded his presence, his sacrifice, and his solitude. As the Temple of Etheria stood in eerie silence, Elysian's mind wrestled with the burden of his mission. The universe itself had chosen him not merely as its savior, but as its conduit, a singular beacon through which the convergence of all things would pass. This was no small feat. It was an honor and a curse intertwined a destiny that weighed heavier than the mountains that cradled this sacred place. He could feel the invisible threads of fate weaving tighter around him, each one pulling him deeper into the fabric of the cosmos. The whispers of the ancient spirits that once inhabited the temple now seemed to harmonize in a reverent song, their voices guiding him towards the altar of the celestial sphere. With a deep, steadying breath, Elysian approached the altar, where the sphere lay, a magnificent orb of shimmering, translucent light that pulsed with the heartbeat of the universe. He knew that this sphere was not just a relic. It was alive, a pulsating nexus of all that existed and all that could be. His task was to align the energies within it, to align them with the precise moment of the celestial convergence, and to channel the universe's collective power through himself. Elysian knelt before the sphere, placing his hands upon its surface. As he made contact, he felt a surge of energy that nearly overwhelmed him. His entire being seemed to resonate with the sphere, as if it were merging with his very soul. Tears streamed down his face, not from pain, but from the depth of his connection to the cosmos. The Chosen One could sense the universe around him, stretching and expanding with an almost sentient awareness. The stars, the planets, the very fabric of reality seemed to pulse in rhythm with his own heartbeat. He understood now that his mission was not merely to align energies. It was to become one with the universe, to become the bridge through which all creation would transition into its next stage of existence. Elysian's solitude had been his sanctuary and his prison, a time to purge his earthly desires and to attune his essence to the cosmic frequencies. It was a time to prepare him for the monumental role that awaited him. A role that demanded the utmost purity of spirit and an unwavering resolve. He had endured countless nights of meditation, of communion with the ancient spirits, of deciphering the celestial omens. And now it was time to commit to the final act, to complete the ritual that would set in motion the final awakening of the universe. With every ounce of his being, Elysian began the intricate dance that the ancient priests before him had performed. His movements were slow, deliberate, a testament to the cosmic symphony he was about to orchestrate. As he moved, he could feel the universe responding to his every gesture, as if it were alive and sentient, eager to heed his call. The altar began to glow with an internal light, the sphere pulsing with an energy that seemed to reverberate through time itself. Elysian's body shimmered with light, his silhouette etched against the backdrop of the temple's inner sanctum, a living embodiment of the universe's convergence. As the final incantation left his lips, the temple shook with the resonance of his voice, a voice that now carried the weight of the stars. The celestial sphere responded, its light expanding outwards, a beacon of cosmic awakening. Elysian could feel the universe itself expanding, reaching for the convergence, and he was at its very heart. In that moment, the Chosen One understood. He was not just a participant in the universe's transformation, but its very heart and soul. His solitude had been the crucible in which he was forged, his isolation, the cloak that had shielded him from the distractions of the world, allowing him to fulfill his sacred duty untouched by earthly desires. As the ritual reached its crescendo, Elysian felt the universe's embrace, a final, profound connection that transcended all understanding. In that instant, the barriers between himself and the cosmos dissolved, leaving only a unified field of existence where all was one. And thus the Chosen One stood a beacon of eternal light. His mission fulfilled, his solitude transformed into a profound communion with the universe itself, forever changed, forever whole. Beneath a tapestry of celestial wonder, the Chosen One found themselves on the precipice of an ethereal revelation, a truth so profound it seemed to tremble the very fabric of existence. The night was a velvet shroud, embroidered with the twinkle of distant stars, each a whispered secret of the cosmos. In this profound solitude, where the silence was thick with unspoken realities, and the air was tinged with the scent of ancient sacred woods. A path to enlightenment unfurled before the Chosen One. The Chosen One had traversed the winding paths of their internal and external worlds. A solitary figure whose heart bore the weight of millennia. Their spirit was a vessel for the universe, each heartbeat resonating with the pulsing rhythm of the cosmos. The air around them shimmered a testament to the unseen energies that flowed like a river of liquid light, guiding them to this clandestine epiphany. Amid the ancient oak trees, their roots weaving through the layers of soil like the veins of an immense earthly creature, the Chosen One paused. Here, the sanctity of silence enveloped them, a cocoon of absolute peace. They knelt, fingers brushing the cool moss that cushioned the earth, a silent communion with the land that had nurtured the world for eons. The moss was soft and yielding whispering secrets of resilience and renewal to the Chosen One's eager soul. As they gazed upward, the night sky stretched out infinitely, a celestial ocean brimming with astral constellations. The stars shone with an inner fire, each a divine spark, kindled by the timeless hands of the universe. They reflected the infinite possibilities, the myriad stories unfolding in the vast expanse. Every star seemed to pulse with its own unique tale, a testament to the endless variety of existence. The Chosen One felt a deep connection to each one, a kinship that spanned the vast cosmos. A gentle breeze brushed past, carrying with it the essence of the universe, an ethereal whisper that seemed to hold the answers to existence itself. The Chosen One inhaled deeply, absorbing the breath of the cosmos, and felt a surge of energy course through their being. This energy was not merely physical. It was a profound spiritual force, an awakening of the soul that resonated deep within their core. In this moment, a revelation dawned upon them, profound and searing. The universe was forcing the Chosen One into solitude, not as a punishment, but as a necessary crucible through which they must emerge transformed. The universe, with its infinite wisdom, had deemed this isolation essential for the Chosen One's ultimate awakening. It was a trial of solitude, a passage through the shadow, where they would come to understand the core of their mission. A mission that was both personal and cosmic in its magnitude. The Chosen One realized that the solitude was a reflection of their inner void, a void that had to be filled with the wisdom garnered from their own soul's depths. In the silence, they would confront their deepest fears, their greatest doubts, and their most profound truths. This was a journey inward to the very core of their being, where they would confront the shadows that had long concealed their true potential. Their mission was not just to seek enlightenment for their own sake, but to serve as a beacon of hope and understanding for all who would follow. The universe had chosen them, not because they were the greatest or the most gifted, but because they possessed the purity of spirit and the resilience of soul required to bear the weight of such a profound calling. It was a calling that transcended the mundane, reaching into the very heart of creation itself. As the Chosen One stood, a sense of purpose surged within them, a clarity that was both overwhelming and liberating. They understood that their path was intertwined with the very fabric of the universe. They were to be the vessel of its wisdom, the bridge between the celestial and the earthly realms. In their solitude, they would forge a new path, one that would illuminate the way for others. The night continued to envelop them, the stars watching over this moment of awakening. The Chosen One took a deep breath, exhaling slowly, feeling the universe's energy blend with their own. They were ready to embrace the solitude, not as a burden, but as the sacred space where true transformation could occur. They would emerge from this trial, not just changed, but transcended. A true conduit for the universe's wisdom. And so, with a heart now alight with divine purpose, the Chosen One continued their journey into the night, ready to embrace the profound solitary path laid out before them. They moved forward with a step that echoed with the rhythm of the cosmos, each stride a testament to their commitment to the mission that had been entrusted to them. The universe had chosen them, and they in turn would illuminate the path for all who would dare to seek the light. The deep silence of the ancient forest, where only the soft rustle of the wind through the leaves could be heard, held an indescribable sense of purpose. Ethereal and palpable, at once the atmosphere was weighted with the gravity of millennia. Within the heart of this enigmatic sanctuary, the Chosen One stood, feeling an unshakable conviction surge through their veins. This moment was an intersection of destiny and divine intervention, a sacred crossroads where the universe itself seemed to breathe in synchrony with their soul. The Chosen One's mission was a path of unparalleled complexity, a journey that transcended the boundaries of time and space, where every step was steeped in profound spiritual significance. This was no ordinary quest. It was a spiritual odyssey that would unravel the mysteries of existence itself. Every fiber of their being was attuned to the subtle vibrations of the cosmos, a ley line of spiritual energy that pulsed with the essence of creation. It was as if the very fabric of reality had been woven into their consciousness, allowing them to perceive the hidden currents that coursed through the universe. The air around them shimmered with an otherworldly light, a phenomenon that could only be described as holy. It seemed to sing a silent song, entwining itself with the breath of the Chosen One. They were enveloped in a luminous aura, a testament to the immense spiritual force that propelled them forward. It was a radiance that spoke of ancient prophecies of celestial beings who had long ago pledged their existence to uphold the fragile equilibrium of the cosmos. This was a covenant that transcended human comprehension, a divine mandate that could not be defied. As they stood there, bathed in this incandescent glow, the Chosen One felt an overwhelming sense of loneliness, a solitude that seemed to echo the emptiness of the universe itself. It was a loneliness that transcended physical isolation. It was an emotional chasm that cut deeper than any mortal could fathom. This was the inevitable price of their mission, a consequence of the universe's plan forcing them into a solitude that would allow them to hear the whisperings of the cosmos. The reason for this seclusion was profound and deeply spiritual. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had decreed that the Chosen One must undergo a period of profound isolation to truly understand the interconnectedness of all things. This isolation would provide the clarity and stillness necessary for them to grasp the delicate balance that sustained the universe. The solitude was not a punishment, but a sacred crucible, a divine necessity to forge a soul of unparalleled purity and understanding. In this solitude, the Chosen One would find the answers to the questions that had haunted the cradle of their existence. They would come to understand the cosmic dance between the seen and unseen, the material and the spiritual, the temporal and the eternal. The universe, in its unfathomable wisdom, had chosen this path to ensure that the Chosen One could fulfill their destined role without being distracted by the ephemeral distractions of the material world. As they gazed into the depths of the forest, the Chosen One felt an unbidden connection to every leaf, every stream, every creature that inhabited this sacred space. They realized that they were part of a grand tapestry, a mosaic woven from the threads of countless lives and souls. This realization brought an indescribable sense of peace and belonging, even amidst their loneliness. It was a solitude that would allow them to walk the path of the enlightened to become a beacon of wisdom and compassion for those who would follow. The Chosen One took a deep breath, filling their lungs with the sacred air of the forest. They felt the universe within a vast and intricate web of spiritual energy that connected them to all that was and ever will be. This connection was both comforting and daunting, a reminder of the immense responsibility that lay upon their shoulders. Yet, within this daunting responsibility, there was an undeniable sense of joy and purpose. As they moved deeper into the forest, each step was a meditation in itself, a reaffirmation of their commitment to their sacred mission. They walked with a serene grace, their every movement imbued with the spiritual essence of the cosmos. The universe seemed to hum with approval, a silent acknowledgement of the Chosen One's unwavering resolve. In this profound solitude, the Chosen One would discover the depth of their spirit, the boundless reservoirs of wisdom and compassion that lay within. They would emerge from this transformative period not only as a messenger of the divine, but as a living embodiment of the universe's eternal truth. Thus began the Chosen One's pilgrimage, a journey that would weave through the very fabric of existence itself. It was a journey that would transform not only their soul, but the very tapestry of reality. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had decreed this path to ensure that the Chosen One could fulfill their destined role as a beacon of enlightenment in a world often shrouded in darkness. As they walked, the silence around them seemed to sing a celestial symphony that resonated with the beating of their heart. The Chosen One knew that this solitude was a sacred gift, a chance to hear the whispers of the cosmos and to become one with the divine truth that pulsed through the universe. And so they journeyed on their spirit, undaunted, their purpose unshakable, a solitary figure bathed in the light of the cosmos, destined to illuminate the path for all who would follow. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where the fabric of reality bends and tears to whisper forgotten secrets, the Chosen One stood at the precipice of an eternity-long journey. This journey was more than a mere mortal quest. It was a divine commandment etched into the very soul of the universe. The heavens shimmered with an otherworldly glow, as if the very stars themselves were shimmering in anticipation of this moment. The cosmos had been whispering their intentions for eons, and now it was time to act. The Chosen One, whose name is etched deeper into the annals of time than any could ever know, found themselves enveloped in a cloak of isolation, so profound it could make the stars weep. This solitude was not born of self-imposed exile, but rather a cosmic decree, an edict from the very gods that govern the destinies of all living things. It was a decision that seemed cruel, yet one that was deeply necessary for the fulfillment of their grand spiritual mission. In the silence that hung like sacred incense, the Chosen One sensed the weight of the universe upon their shoulders. There was a quiet tension in the air, a stillness that belied the chaos simmering beneath. The Chosen One's spirit was a delicate tapestry, woven with threads of both light and shadow, each color imbued with a purpose unknown to them, yet known to the cosmos. They were being crafted as a vessel for a